After just a couple hours of sleep, it was time to get my caffeine. I was headed on my last fall adventure of the season. The first 7-Eleven was locked, so I headed to this one. Driving up the mountain at the crack of dawn triggered my fear of heights and mountain roads, and it felt great to be on top.
Located in northern San Diego County atop Palomar Mountain sits the Palomar Observatory. It is a worldwide center of astronomical research privately owned and operated by Caltech. Palomar Observatory is 122 miles from Los Angeles and 65 miles from San Diego. There are 3 telescopes used nightly for a variety of astronomical research programs. Astronomers from all over the world use the observatory. Palomar Observatory was born from the vision of astronomer and Caltech founder George Hale, and the sponsorship of the Rockefeller Foundation. Construction of the observatory began in 1935. The largest telescope was not completed until 1949, having experienced delays from World War II. George Hale died before the 200-inch telescope was completed, but it was named in his honor. Make no small plans, dream no small dreams. George Hale was also the man behind telescopes at both the Yerkes Observatory and the Mount Wilson Observatory.
After checking out the observatory at sunrise, I had a couple of hours until the observatory actually opened. My next stop was the Booker Hill Fire Lookout Tower. The drive along Booker Hill Scenic Drive probably had the best fall color of the day. I was the first person of the day to drive this after the officer opened up the gate. I drove past the tower, but then the Booker Hill Fire Lookout is located within Palomar Mountain State Park at an elevation of 5,438 feet. This tower was built in 1948, but there were 2 previous towers, one built in 1921 and another built in 1934. There is also a viewing deck, but it is currently closed. Then it was time to drive back to the observatory and stop to admire the scenery. This road had some good yellow leaves as well. And then the observatory was open, and I was in the building. In fact, the observatory had just reopened to the public about a week before my trip. Some of the information on these walls made it into this video, but most of it didn't.
This telescope was the first and only operational telescope at the observatory from 1936 to 1949.
I enjoyed having the observatory all to myself, much like the entire mountain. Dark matter and dark energy are simply the matter and energy we don't yet understand. Then I went to the Hale Telescope Visitors Gallery. The observatory observes the universe, and we observe the observatory. Then I checked out the Gus Weber picnic area. I had this all to myself as well. I think I was playing hide and seek in reverse with my GoPro. Fun for the entire family and all your personalities. My final stop was the Palomar Mountain General Store. I also had it all to myself. The man behind the counter was very friendly, and he was listening to Don Williams. And I bought a Palomar Mountain Observatory sweater before leaving. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one.